Good evening, Crave Cornhole. No, I'm good. I'm good. Michael is eating right now, so I'm going to take over for a minute. So I apologize if I can't commentate like him. So right now they're doing down and back. It's Buddy and Shane against Baden and Alex. Oh, wait. They started the game already? Oh, my bad. They started the game already. It's 5-0.
They got the scores up here.
Oh, okay. I'm a little late. I thought it was down and back.
I was a little late too.
Oh, Buddy throws his bag off. Oh, Baden collects his bag. And that's 12-5. 12-5. So Baden and Alex got 10 and Buddy and Shane is 0. So Alex gets the first bag. So tonight we have about 70 plus players. If you are not here, you're missing out. Oh, 70 players, 35 teams. Oh, 75 players. So if you're not here, you are definitely missing out. Your last chance will be this Thursday before Worlds. So Alex got 1 in, 3 on. Hey! And Shane has... I don't know what that was. I wasn't paying attention. So the score is currently 6-12. Looks like Buddy got the first bag. Buddy's first bag is near the hole. Baden pushes his in. Second bag in. Baden's bag's in. Let's see if we can get a social here. Buddy's bag is... Buddy bags hang and Baden puts his fourth bag in. So it's 12-10. So that gives Baden and Alex 2 points. Hey, Brian. I'm not playing because you're not here. You were supposed to be my partner. Uh-oh, Alex's second bag is footboard. Uh-oh. That's 6 on 8. That gives Shane and Buddy 2 points, so that's 8-14. Today we have a full house, guys. Yeah, no, keep eating. Brian. I didn't feel like playing today, Brian. Let's see, I think Baden is going to try to push all those in. He's going slick side. Ooh, and he and one's Buddy's bag. That was a good push by Baden. So that is 10-9. Alex's first bag is off. Shane's first bag is in. Uh-oh. Alex's third bag is off. That is going to be 4 on. Oh, and 4 on 7. Shane threw his last bag off. We want to wish Vince a happy birthday. Samoa was kind enough to make some food for Vince's birthday. So currently the score is 11-15. This looks like it's going to be 10 on 6. It is definitely 10 on 6. That gives 4 points to Baden. Make it 19-11. Alex gets the first bag. Let's see what he can do. 2 points to win it. First bag is in. Shane's first bag is in. Let's see if we can get a social here. Third bag's in. Oh, almost. I think it might be 10 on 12. Oh no, it's a 10 on 10 wash. So the bags go back to Buddy and Baden. Baden's first bag is in. Buddy's is in. Baden's third bag is in. Buddy's is off to the left. And folks, that is it. It's 12 on 10. Baden and Alex takes that win. Okay, let's see who we have next. Let's look at the bracket. So it looks like okay, they got to submit the score first. And then we'll know who's going to be up on this live court soon. I can't see over there.
Go on mute. Yeah. No, she's not.
Okay, so it looks like we got Baden and Alex again versus Brandon and Rodney. They are making their way to the board right now.
Step over there.
Kinda funny, Eric. Only pros play at Krave. Definitely anybody plays at Krave. The competition is real. But definitely come here if you want the competition. We do have some great players here. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, y'all. I don't know where the players are, but they're working their way up here. I'm gonna hand the mic back to Mike. He's finished eating, so happy Monday, everybody.
Will you throw this away?
Yeah.
You're so sweet. I appreciate you
Did you
very
get
much.
a drink?
Yeah, I got a drink here. Okay, welcome to Krave Cornhole. We located down here in Concord, North Carolina. Located at 120 Church Street, Northeast, here in Concord, North Carolina. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. We welcome y'all in to our Facebook Live program here at Headlights Are Us, also known as Krave Cornhole LLC. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank everybody that come out. We got 75 players here tonight. We're looking for a good tournament. Have a good turnout. We've already got the good turnout. Now let's see if we can get us some good matches up here. So right now we got Baden Purser and Alex Kruger against Brandon Kimry and Rodney Green. So we'll see how Brandon and Rodney, will see how they handle this young Baden Purser. Baden Purser been throwing lights out that first game. We'll see how it goes for him this game. They're fixing to enter into the Worlds down here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. And want to invite you down there. If you got an opportunity to go, you can see some of the guys down there play. Some of our local guys will be down there playing. We got Jacob and Jackson Gore. They'll be down there playing. That's the Twin Terrors. Everybody, I'm sure, is familiar with these two young men. They've been throwing lights out, and we appreciate them coming down and taking part in the tournament. We got some heavy competition when you're playing against these boys, these young kids. Got Landon Yao down here. He's a young man that's upcoming, and he's doing really good. He's been in several tournaments down there in Rock Hill. We got Brandon Kimry with first bag. His first bag is in. You got Alex. His first bag is off to the right, up to the right-hand corner. Brandon's in with his second. Alex went in with his. Brandon goes in with his third. Alex follows. Brandon's in with his last bag. Alex goes up for a airmail. Ends up going off the back of the board. But that was just a down and back. I think they're going to start when they get the bags back. Oh, they starting down here on this end. Baden Purser and Rodney Green are throwing against each other down here on the lower end. Rodney has first bag. His first bag's in. Purser goes off to the right, but he's sitting in the hole. He's got a level 1 block. Rodney throws one up the middle. He's got a level 2 block. Purser goes up, lands back behind Rodney's bag. Rodney goes up, kindly off to the left, but he does a side-by-side, but it's in his lane. Purser goes up, swipes two of his bags, knocks them in, and goes off the board with one. So here goes Rodney Green. He goes up with his last bags at 6-on-6 right now. Purser goes up and off the board, and it's 6-on-6 wash. How did I do that? Okay. I see how I done it. Brandon Kimmery, first bag. He's in. Alex's first bag's off to the right, to the corner of the board. Brandon's off to the left, off of the board. Alex is up to the middle. He's got in Brandon's lane, sitting on the right side in the blue zone. Brandon goes up, goes around Alex's bag and goes in, does a dripsy on the bar on the left-hand side. Goes in and drags Alex's bag in that next bag. So it's going to be a 9-on-7. Want to thank our sponsors here tonight. Rodney's off to the right with his first bag. He's in Purser's lane, but it's out of play. Rodney goes off to the left. That bag's just a little outside of the hole, so that bag's out of play. He goes in with his third bag. Purser's already got three bags in. Rodney goes off the board, does a whoopsie. Purser goes up with a hard shot and goes off the back of the board. I think it's going to be a 9-on-5. So here we go. Alex has first bag this round. Alex goes and he does a whoopsie. Brandon goes in with his first bag. Alex is in with his second bag. Kimmery's in. Alex goes kindly to the left of the hole to the back of the board. Kimmery's in with his third bag. He went off to the right and went off the board with his last bag. Kimmery did. So Rodney has first bag. Rodney's up. He's got a level 1 block sitting in front of the hole, dead center. That's a square bag. He goes up with a replacement bag and ends up bouncing to the left. Purser goes up, pushes Rodney in. Rodney goes up for a level 2 block and ends up falling short. Purser goes up with a push to pull that bag in and goes off the back of the board. The bag's still sitting. Rodney pushes it in, does a cleanup on it. Purser goes up and he's in. All right, I think Brandon Kimmery has first bag this round. He goes to the back of the board and sits. Alex goes in with his first bag. Kimmery goes off to the left. That bag's out of play. Alex throws short. He's got a level 3 block. And it's sitting in Brandon Kimmery's lane. Brandon goes up with an airmail and hits it. Alex goes with a roll bag and rolls it in. Kimmery goes up for another airmail, goes off of the back of the board. Alex goes off to the left and off of the board. Purser has first bag. Purser's off to the left. Rodney's up. He's off to the right. He threw the bag on the slick side and went off the board. Purser goes to the left this time again. Rodney goes up to the right and ends up doing a dripsy, dropping the bag in the hole. Purser goes in with his third bag. Rodney goes in with his third. It's 6-on-5 right now. Purser's in with his last bag, making it an 8. Rodney goes off the side of the board and off the back, giving up 2 points. They'll have Brandon Kimmery and Alex Kruger. Alex is up. His bag goes off to the left. It's hanging, touching the blue zone, but it's out of play. Brandon Kimmery goes in with his first bag. Alex goes to the right. He's in Kimmery's lane, but Kimmery can go around that bag, and he does. Kimmery's got 2 in. Alex goes off to the back of the board. That bag rolls around the hole, goes right off the back of the right off onto the back of the board. Then he throws his last one, and he lands on top of Kimmery's bag and his own bag. Oh, and Kimmery does an airmail shot. He hits the airmail, but he fails to drag the bag that he was trying to get. But they score. They got points. It's 17-8, as you can see. Rodney goes off to the left with his first bag. Purser's up the middle and in. Rodney's up the middle with a level 1 block, setting in the blue zone. It's a diamond bag. He goes up with his next bag and goes to the left. Purser goes up and drags Rodney's bag in with him. Rodney goes in with his last bag. Purser goes in with his last bag, making it a 9-8. All right, Alex is in with his first bag. Kimmery follows. Alex is in with his second bag. Kimmery follows. Alex is off to the right and off of the back of the board with his third bag. Kimmery goes in with his third bag. Alex has to be in, and he is. Kimmery's in. It's a 12-9, making the score now 20-9. Favor Brandon Kimmery and Rodney Green. Rodney has first bag. Rodney goes up. He goes to the left just a little bit. That bag's playable. It's in Rodney's lane. Rodney goes up. He pushes that bag a little closer, but he goes a little bit to the left. Purser goes around that bag, not even touching Rodney's bag. Rodney goes off to the right and off the back of the board. Purser goes up and does a level 1 block. Rodney goes up, knocking his one bag in and leaving 2 on the board. So Purser goes up and goes in. That's a 5-on-12. Giving them 7 points. That makes it 16-20. Brandon Kimmery and Rodney Green only need 1 point. Baden Purser and Alex Kruger, they need 5. Alex is in with his first bag. Brandon's in with his first bag. He follows Alex. Alex is in with his second bag. Kimmery's up, and he goes over the hole and to the back of the board. Now, that bag is hanging over the blue zone just a little bit, and actually all he needs is 1 point if he'll just play his game on out, and he goes to the right and goes off of the board. Oh, and Alex goes off of the board again, rolls that bag off of the board. If Kimmery's in, that's the game. Oh, and he's in. That's it. Brandon Kimmery and Rodney Green take down Baden Purser and Alex Kruger. Well, we want to thank our sponsors here today. We want to thank Hartzell's Garage Door Company, Bust You Up Cornhole, Kelly's Bars and Grills, Bag Junkies. We have Headlights Are Us and Bridges Corp and Angie's Pressure Washing. Want to thank all of those that are sponsoring Krave Cornhole down here in Concord, located at 120 Church Street, Northeast in Concord, North Carolina. Want to invite everyone out there that's listening that knows about cornhole want to invite you down to play. Come and play. We had 75 players tonight. Money shot started out at $790 a bag. And Dewey got first draw. Then it went to $395. Kipper got second draw. And then it went down to the third draw, which brought the bag down to $195. And Jack Gore hit one bag. So we still have a little bit of money left in our money shot. So come on down. Buy you a few tickets. Take a chance. We got Baden Purser and Alex Kruger against Bryant Goodwin and Penny Arant. They're doing their down and back right now. They're just warming up just a tad. All right. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. My bad. I didn't even notice it. So Hayden's got a bag. He's got a bag stuck on the right hand side at the top. Oh, he goes up. He hits a hard shot with a short airmail. Bryant goes off to the right. He's behind Purser's bag. Now Purser could airmail this and go and drag that bag, but I don't know if he's willing to take that chance. And he did, and he ends up going off to the right. So now we have Penny and Alex up. Right now, as you can see, the score is 12-0. Penny's in with her first bag. Alex is off to the left. He's out of play. That bag's out of play. Penny goes in with her second bag, making it a 6-on-1. Alex goes to the front, does another whoopsie. Penny goes in with her third bag, making it a 9-on-1. Oh, and Alex is off of the back of the board again. Penny goes in, making it a 12-on. Oh, a 12-on-1, making it giving her 11 points, and that's the game. So Baden Purser and Alex Kruger go down in this second game 0-23 against Penny Arant and Bryant Goodwin. So next we have Ryan Statham. Now we got Lee Dunning, Siri Toe, Jackson Gore, Kevin Burris. This is going to be our next match. So we got Lee Dunning with Siri throwing against Jackson Gore and Kevin Burris. They're doing their down and backs right now. They're doing their down and back right now. All right. So here we go, folks. We got Jackson Gore throwing against Siri. They're throwing down. Jackson Gore has first bag. Jackson's first bag's off to the right to the back of the board. That bag's out of play. Siri's in with his first bag. Jackson's off to the right, but his bag is hanging over in the blue zone. Now this bag is not out of play. He hits the Siri's bag pretty hard and goes off to the left. He's got three bags sitting over on the bag. That's not playable. It's 10-on-6. So now we have Lee Dunning throwing against Kevin Burris. Lee Dunning's off to the right with that first bag, still on the board. Lee Dunning goes to the back and drips the bag in. Lee goes in. Kevin goes in. Lee goes in with his third bag. Kevin's in with his third. Lee's in with his fourth, making it a 10-on-10, and it's a wash. Siri and Lee Dunning have control of the boards right now. Siri's first bag is up and it's in. Jackson goes up. He throws a level 1 block on the right side. It's out of Siri's lane. So Jackson goes up trying to catch that bag to drag it in and goes off to the left to the back of the board. Siri goes off. He hits Jackson's bag and goes to the left. Sitting on the board on the left side, he goes up with his last bag. Jackson goes up, making it a 10 on 5. Now we have Lee and Kevin throwing back down. Kevin has first bag. They got Kevin's in. Lee's in with his first bag. Kevin goes off to the left. He's on the outside of the blue zone. That bag's out of play. Lee goes up and goes to the back of the hole, but the bag flips on the slick side and goes in with the next bag Kevin throws. Kevin's in with a 10. Lee's in with a 10. So it's a 10-10 wash on this end. So now it's up to Jackson and Siri. Jackson has control of the board. He has first bag. His first bag is in. Siri's first bag is off to the right. It's in Jackson's lane. That bag is very playable. Siri goes up and drags it, cleaning up the hole. Jackson goes in with his third bag. Siri goes in with his third bag. Jackson's in with his fourth. Siri's in, and we have a social. Excuse me, I sounded a little weak there, didn't I? So here we go. Kevin with his first bag is in the hole. Lee's in. Kevin goes to the right. He's in Lee's lane. Lee hits right beside of Kevin's bag and goes in the hole. Kevin tries to push that bag a little closer and rolls the bag in. Lee goes around Kevin's bag again and goes in. Kevin stepping out just a little bit. He throws a level 1 block. He's got 2 bags sitting in front of the hole. Lee just goes up and puts it on the board, making it a 10 on 8. And we have a lead change. Siri has first bag. Siri's first bag is in. Jack's first bag is in. Siri goes in with his next bag. Jack goes up. He's got a level 1 block setting in the hole. Siri knocks it in but goes to the right just a little bit. Jack bumps Siri's bag and goes in. Siri goes up. He's got a level 1 block sitting in front of the hole. Jack goes up for an airmail trying to miss Siri's bag, and he did, but the vibration of the bag coming by the Siri's bag causes it to fall in, only giving 2 points. We got another lead change. We got Kevin. His first bag's over to the right. It's in Lee's lane. Then Kevin goes up and goes in with his second bag. Kevin's up and he rolls over the bag to the right and goes in. Lee goes up. He pushes Kevin's bag a little bit to the right, out of play. Well, it's not out of play, but it's out of his lane. It's 6 on 10. They give up 4 points. So now we got Jackson and Siri throwing back down. Jackson's first bag is in. Siri's first bag is in. Jackson's second bag is in. Siri throws to the left. It's in his lane, setting for a level 2 block. Jackson throws beside of Siri's bag. Siri pushes Jackson's bag just a little bit closer. Now let's see what Jackson's going to do here. Jackson goes up for a roll shot, ends up going in the hole, pushing 1 bag in. Siri goes off the side of the board. He missed his push. Goes off the side, making it a 5 on 10. So the score right now is 16-6. Kevin Burris has first bag. He throws a level 2 block right in front of the hole. Lee goes up, tries to go around it. It sets up there, but that bag is still playable. Kevin is setting 2 bags up. He goes off to the left. That bag's out of play. Lee goes up to try to do an airmail. Kevin goes up with a hard push. Now, if Lee can get this bag in without dragging one of Kevin's bags. Oh, he does. Oh, it's a 7-on-4. What a shot. What a shot Lee Dunning just made. Beautiful shot. Beautiful. Now we got Siri. They have control now. Siri's in with his first bag. Jackson's in with his first. Siri's in with his next bag. Jackson's in with his second bag. Siri's in with his third bag. Jackson's in with his third. Siri's in with his fourth bag, making it a 4. Jack's in, and we have a social. Now we have Kevin and Lee back up. Lee has control of the boards. He has first bag. Lee's first bag is in. Kevin's first bag is off to the left. That bag's going to be out of play. Lee's in with his second bag. Kevin goes to the left. That bag is hanging in Kevin's lane, and it's playable. So he drags it in with his next bag. Lee goes up, and he sets another bag to the... Oh, and Kevin rolls over on top of Lee's bag and goes in, giving them 2 points, making it 18-9 now. We got Jackson with first bag. His first bag is in. Siri goes, and he does a whoopsie. Jack goes up and goes in with his next bag. Siri's in with his second bag. Jackson's up. He does a level 1 block. He's setting up for a push shot here. If he can push this, he misses that shot. If Siri can do an airmail and catch that bag, and he misses and goes to the left and goes to the back of the board, making it a 8-on-5. Giving up 3 points, which gives Jackson Gore and his partner Kevin Burris the win. Excuse me, everybody. I got a little snoring going on there. I mean, a little. Share this out, friends. Let's get 25 people watching. Come on. Come on. Come on, join us here tonight. Let's see. I can't. I was trying to see how many folks we had watching right now. Larry Tribune. No yawning, Magic Mike. Okay, Mr. Larry. Good game, and the plot thickens. Yes. That's right. The plot thickens. Yes. Dennis Larley. Get him, Magic Mike. Thank you, Dennis. Appreciate you tuning in tonight. Miss you tonight, my friend. Larry Tribune is live. I mean, he's listening and watching. We're doing the down and back here right now. We're going to have Quinn Reeves and Brandon Shue against Jeremy Borski and Corey Cantrell. Jeremy Borski is going to be the player looking down at the boards on the right-hand side. His partner is Corey Cantrell. Quinn Reeves is at the top of the boards on the right hand side, and his partner is Brandon Shue. All right, so we doing. I think they're ready to start now. All right, our game has not switched over to court one. Uh, doo doo. Come on now. I don't know. Let's see if we can get this thing to refresh and see if I can get it back up. I do not. Sorry about that, folks. I'll try to keep it transition so you can see the players. I've got somehow or another, I've got clicked off on their names. I'm going to get my a friend over here to fix. Kobe! Kobe! Come here, I need you, man. I need you back quick. Okay, we got it back up. Sorry, folks. My bad. I accidentally hit a wrong button, and I couldn't get back over to where I needed to be. But right now we got Quinn Reeves and Brandon Shue 11, Jeremy Borski and Corey Cantrell 1. All right, Corey has first bag. He goes off to the left. That bag's to the back of the board. It's out of play. Quinn goes in with his first bag. Corey goes in with his second bag. Quinn's in with his second. Corey's in with his third. Quinn's in with his third. Corey's up, and he's sitting on the right-hand side of the hole in the blue zone, but it's in his lane. Corey can go around this bag, and he does the drip shot, and he does. He goes in, making it a 12 on 8. All right, here we go. Got Brandon Shue. His first bag's up, and he's got a level 1 block in his lane. Jeremy throws, hits Brandon's bag, knocks it in. Brandon replaces that bag with another bag to the right. Jeremy goes up and goes around. Brandon's bag goes in. Brandon pulls that bag just a little bit closer to the hole. Jeremy goes to the left. He's sitting on the outside of the blue zone. Brandon goes up, and it's a bag in front of the hole. He's got a level 1 block and a bag sitting beside of it. Jeremy just throws up, making it a 6 on 8. Making the score now 17-1 favor Quinn Reeves and Brandon Shue. Quinn's got first bag. His first bag's off to the left. That's on the outside of the hole. That bag's out of play. Corey goes in with his first bag. Quinn goes in with his next bag. Corey goes in with his second bag. Quinn's in with his third bag. Corey goes to the left. He's sitting in Quinn's lane, but Quinn goes up, and he barely goes to the hole. Quinn gets knocked in the hole by Corey, and Corey sits back on the board, making it an 8 on 10. All right, Jeremy was in with his first bag. Brandon's got 2 bags in. Jeremy's in with his second bag. Brandon's in with his third bag. Brandon's got a bag sitting on the right-hand side. Jeremy does a level 1 block. Brandon goes up for an airmail and hits it. Jeremy goes up, pushing hard up to the right, and ends up stopping short, making it an 8 on 10, giving the game to Quinn Reeves and Brandon Shue. All right. Quinn Reeves is so smooth. Good game. Yes, Kobe does everything, Larry. You're right. He is a good kid. He's helping me out a lot over here on this microphone, keeping me straight, keeping that so I can go back and forth, do my transitions, and he's just all and out number one. I hadn't totally learned how to do all of this yet, but I'm in the process of learning. So just give me a little more time, and we'll have it down pat. We got Dante Freeman and Casey Yang coming up against Bryant Goodwin and Penny Arant. But first of all, let's thank our sponsors here tonight. We also want to give a big shout out to Vince Robinson. Tomorrow is his birthday. His real good friend Simone brought in some food tonight, some ribs, some chicken wings, some macaroni and cheese, potato salad. We got rolls. We got cake. I'm telling you, she just brought in a feast, and I don't know how many people's eat off of it yet, but I know I had to get me a plate of it before it all got gone. But we have some good people down here. We want to thank all of our people for coming down, thanking Simone for surprising Vince. This was a surprise to us here at Krave Cornhole and Vince Robinson. He was totally in surprise, unaware of what Simone had done. And we have, whoever eats has eat to their fill, I'm sure. So now we got Dante Freeman and Casey Yang, Bryant Goodwin and Penny Arant. Bryant Goodman's throwing down here from the bottom. We call that the lower side. Penny and Dante's throwing from the upper side. All right. I think they're going to do one more down and back. All right. Having a sit and go. Yes, Larry, that should be a good game. Want to give a shout out to Mickey Cook. Thank you, Mickey Cook, for making this place available to us and creating the atmosphere that you created here at Headlights Are Us. I think this is going to be the start of this game. Bryant's first bag is off to the left. It's sitting on the edge of the blue zone, but Casey Yang throws his first bag in. Bryant's in with his second bag. Casey's in with his second. 6 on 4 right now. Bryant's off to the left just a little bit, sitting just on the edge of the blue zone. Now he's stepping out. He's going to try to drag that bag. Oh, he does. What a shot. Bryant is on tonight. Casey goes in, making it a 10-10 wash. So now we have Dante Freeman throwing against Penny Arant. Penny has first bag. Penny's first bag is up and in. Dante's first bag is off to the right. He's sitting on the outside of the blue zone. Penny throws up, goes up against Dante's bag on the right-hand side, but it's in Penny's lane. So Penny can grab her bag. Oh, she goes off to the left real hard, just going off of the board. Dante goes in with his next bag. Penny goes up, knocking her second bag in and going to the right and blocking Dante's bag on the right-hand side. So Dante, just all he has to do is go in and he scores 3 points. So now we have Bryant Goodwin throwing against Casey Yang. Casey's first bag is up and in. Bryant's first bag is in. Casey goes off to the left. He's over on Brian's side, but that bag's to the back of the board. Brian follows Casey on that left-hand side. Casey goes in with his third bag. Bryant goes in with his third. Casey's up and off to the right just a little bit past the hole. That bag's out of play. Bryant goes in and scores 10 on 8, making the score now 3-2 favor Dante Freeman and Casey Yang. Penny Arant has first bag again. She's up and in with her first bag. Dante Freeman's in. Penny's in. Dante's off to the left with that next bag. Penny's up. She's off to the right. She's sitting on the edge of the blue zone, but that bag's out of play. She goes up with her last bag going in, making it a 10 on 7. So now we got Bryant Goodwin. He'll have first bag this time. Bryant's first bag is in. Casey's first bag is off to the left. It's sitting down below, and Brian's laying in the blue zone, just on the edge of the blue zone. Bryant goes in with his next bag. Casey throws off to the left. It's hanging, but it's sitting on the right-hand side to the back of the board. Casey goes up. He bullies it back just a little bit, his own bag, leaving Brian's bag sitting in the hole. Brian drags that bag in for a 12. Casey goes up for an 8. Now we have Dante and Penny throwing back down. Penny has first bag. They have control of the board. Penny goes in with her first bag. Dante's off to the right and off the back of the board with his first bag. Penny goes off to the left with her next bag, but it's hanging on the edge of the blue zone. She goes up, trying to do a go behind. It ends up going to the right, but it's 8 on 6 right now. 5 on 6. Dante's off to the right, making it a 6 on 7, taking 1 point. So Casey Yang, he'll have first bag going back up. Casey Yang's off to the left. He's in Brian's lane. Bryant goes up and he tries to go around Casey's bag and ends up going just a little bit too far to the right, out of play. Casey goes up and goes to the right behind Bryant. Then Bryant goes up with his next bag and goes in. Casey goes to the right with his third bag. Bryant follows Casey over to the left, to the right. Now Bryant can score right here if he makes this bag. Oh, he does, but he drags one of Casey's bags in, making it an 8-8 wash. So now we have Dante Freeman and Penny Arant throwing back down. Dante has first bag. Dante's in with his first bag. Penny's in with her first bag. Dante's in with his second. Penny's up. She does a level 2 block, a diamond block. Dante falls short, goes to the right in Penny's lane, but Penny hits her first or second bag and goes in. Dante goes to the left and goes on the edge. Penny trying to go around that bag and goes in, so making it a 7 on 8. No, it's a 7 on 5. All right, Casey goes up. He sets a bag up just out to the right of the hole. It's more in his lane than it is Bryant's lane. Bryant tries to go around it and ends up going off the back of the board. Casey goes up trying to push it and goes to the left. He's sitting on the edge of the blue zone. Brian goes off the board with his second bag. Casey goes to the back. He pushes that bag just a little bit closer to the hole, but flips his bag off to the right. Bryant pushes Casey's bag in. Now Casey has an 8. Bryant has a 6, giving up 1 point. Oh, man, I forgot to. Sorry, folks, I forgot to transition that last round with Bryant and Casey. But here we go. Dante Freeman has first bag. It's still 9-7 favor Penny and Bryant. Dante goes off with his first bag to the right off of the board. Penny goes in with her first bag. Dante goes up and off to the left with his second bag. Penny goes up off of Dante's bag and in the hole. Dante goes to the right. Both of these bags are out of play. Penny goes up the middle with a level 2 block. Oh, Dante goes off to the right and goes off of the board. Oh, and Penny almost drug that bag in. If she'd have drug that bag in, oh, they would have been, Dante and Casey would have been hurting bad. So now we got Bryant Goodwin and Penny Arant with 17 over Dante and Casey Yang, which have 7. Bryant's first bag was off to the left and get to the back of the board. Casey throws his first bag off. Bryant goes up, sets in the hole. Casey goes to the left of Bryant's bag and goes over to the corner. Casey goes up. He drags both of them bags in. His and Bryant's. Bryant goes up and goes to the left again. Casey's up and in, making it a 7-on-6. So now Dante Freeman has first bag. Dante's first bag is in. Penny's first bag is in. Dante's next bag's off to the left just a little bit, falling short. Penny's up the middle and in on the slick side. Dante's off to the left again, setting up beside of that board. Both of them bags out of play. Penny's up to the middle and goes in. Dante goes in with his last bag. Oh, when Penny went in for a 12, giving her and Bryant 4 points and giving them the win over Dante Freeman and Casey Yang. Congratulations to Penny Arant and Bryant Goodwin for winning this game. Yes, game. That's right, Mr. Tabrew. Game. Yeah, Dante Freeman took off his cap. It didn't help him any. We like Dante. Dante's a good guy. All right, we got Landon Yao. They on court 2. And Jeffrey Russian throwing against Buddy Brewer and Shane Hagwood. Right now the score's 13-14. Now next up we got Brandon Kimry and Rodney Green against David Polk and Chef John Lucas. Chef John Lucas. We got a chef in the house. You see, folks, we got all kinds of folks down here playing in this game, in these tournaments. We had 75 players here tonight. We want to thank all of them for coming out and participating in this tournament. Want to thank Mickey and Jennifer Cook for their efforts and all that they do for Headlights or Us and for Krave Cornhole. We appreciate them. We thank them very much. Mickey, have a safe trip down and back wherever you're going. I think he's going to Maryland, pick up some lights. Then he's going to travel back to, I think he said something about going, he might be going to Michigan. I'm not really sure, but he's coming back Thursday, so he'll be here Thursday night with us. But we miss Mickey when he's gone. We really love and appreciate him for all that he does here. And we thank all of our folks that's our sponsors, and we got Hartzell's Garage Doors, and we got Bust You Up Cornhole, Kelly's Bars and Grills, and Aftermarket Car Parts. We got Bag Junkies. Got Headlights Are Us, Bridges Corp, and Andy's Pressure Washing. We're also located at 120 Church Street, Northeast, here in Concord, North Carolina. We welcome all of our viewers, our listeners to come out and take part in a tournament. If you play, come on, up your game. And I promise you, if you come down here and play with these guys, you will be encouraged, you will be helped, and your game will improve. Now, there's going to be a lot of these players here tonight that's going to be leaving Friday, and they're going down to the ACL in Rock Hill, South Carolina for the ACL World's Championship Tournament down in Rock Hill, South Carolina. So we want to wish all of our folks that are leaving from here Friday to go down to Rock Hill and participate in that tournament. We want to wish them all the best of luck. Hope they throw the bag straight. And don't be discouraged. No matter what the score is, you can win. If it's 20-0, you can come back and you can win. It's not impossible. Yes, that's right. That's right, Dennis Lowry. We always welcome. They're doing a down and back right now. David Polk is going to be throwing against Brandon Kimry. Rodney Green's going to be throwing against Chef John Lucas. Oh, we had the boys, Dante Freeman's two boys up there singing happy birthday to Vince. They got Vince a birthday cake up there on the counter. They're fixing to cut it, I think. All right, we're ready for our next match. We got David Polk throwing against Brandon Kimry. Rodney Green throwing against Chef John Lucas. David Polk has first bag. It's in. Brandon Kimry's off to the right and off of the board. David's in with his second bag. Brandon's in with his second. David's in with his. He's actually not in, but it's sitting in the hole. It's sitting in Brandon's lane. Brandon goes around it, spins around to the back of the board. David goes up with an airmail and hits it, making it a 12-on-10. Oh, they wasn't even playing. Vince, that cake looks good. What kind is it? It's a pound cake. All right, here we go. I think they still doing it down and back. I'm not sure, but I know Rodney Green got a first bag. It's sitting up there in front of the hole. Let me transition this thing, folks. This thing ain't acted right. Something's going on. I got my mouse is just a little bit tight here. Sorry about that. Oh, and John Lucas tries to go over Rodney's two bag. Rodney goes up. Now John Lucas, He's got one bag left. Let's see what he does here. Oh, he knocks one of Rodney's bags in, making it an 8-on-8 wash. Oh, no, they not. Oh, here they go. Brandon's spinning the bag here. They starting now. I'm sorry, everybody. I've been calling the game. It ain't even started yet. I apologize. I get a little carried away. I am a talker. I love to talk. David Pope, they got control of the board. They have first bag. His first bag's off to the right. And it's hanging. The corner is hanging in past the blue zone on the back right-hand side of that board. Brandon goes in with his first bag. Brandon goes over to the left, setting the bag up in front of David and blocking David from hitting that other bag. But David goes to the up, and he's sitting in front of the hole. Brandon drags David's bag and his bag in. David goes up for an airmail and goes to the right, setting up on the right-hand side. Brandon goes to the right, also behind it, and making it an 8-on-6, giving Brandon David Polk and Chef John got first point. Chef John's up and off to the left. That bag's out of play. Rodney's up. He knocks John's bag off, and he's hanging on the back side of the board himself. John goes up, goes to the left of the hole. Rodney sets up in front of the hole in Lucas's lane. Lucas drags Rodney's bag in and goes in with it. Rodney goes in with his third bag. He's still got a bag sitting on the back side that's out of play. John goes in for a 7. Rodney goes up and off of the board, and it's a 7-7 wash. All right, David Polk has first bag, and it's in. Brandon Kimmery goes in behind him. David's off to the right. That bag is sitting on the edge of the blue zone. It's a right-hand corner. Brandon goes off to the left and goes to the back of the board. David's in with his next bag. Brandon's up, and that bag's going to drip in when David hits the board. So it's going to be a 10-on-7, or it might be a 10-on-10. Yes, it's a 10-on-10, making it a wash. So now we have Rodney and Chef John throwing back down. Rodney has first bag. Rodney's first bag is up. It's over to the left in his zone. Lucas throws up and goes to the right in his zone, but Lucas's bag's out of play. Rodney can step out and possibly pull that bag of his in on the left there. Lucas goes behind it and sets up for a block. Green goes to the right up against Lucas's bag on the right-hand side, making both of those bags out of play, putting them both out of play. Rodney goes up with an airmail, short airmail, goes to the back of the board and sets up. Oh, and John goes up, and he tries to push his other bag in and ends up going too far to the left and going off of the board. So Brandon Kimmery and Rodney Green, they have 6 to David Polk, and Lucas is 0. Brandon has first bag. Brandon's first bag is in. David's first bag is in. Brandon's in. David's up and over to the right just a little bit. I think he was trying to set up a block for Brandon. Ends up going to the right. Brandon goes in with his third bag. David goes in with his third. Brandon's up and he bullies David's bag over to the right, and goes in, making it a 12 on 10. All right, we got Rodney and John throwing back up. Rodney has first bag. Rodney's first bag is off to the left. It's in his lane, but it's out of play. Thank you, Simone. John goes in with his Lucas goes in with his first bag. Lucas goes in with his second bag. Rodney's off to the right with his third bag. He's got a bag to the left and a bag to the right. Lucas is up the middle and in for 3. Rodney's off of off the side of the board. He rails it off. Now here goes John. He goes up and he goes in for a 12 on 5. And putting them back in the game at a 7 to 8. And taking control of the board right now. So here we go. David Polk's up and in with his first bag. Brandon's in with his first bag. David's off to the right with his second bag, but it's in Brandon's lane and it's sitting almost in the hole. Brandon goes around it but kindly pulls it up closer to the hole. David drags it in with his next bag. So it's a 9 on 6 right now. Now it's a 9 on 9. David Polk's in with his last bag, making it a 12 on. And we have a social. All right, John Lucas is up with his first bag. It's up and it's sitting on Rodney in Rodney's lane in the hole. Rodney goes to the right. He sets up just a little past the blue zone. That bag out of play. Rodney goes up, knocking John's first bag in. John's got a bag setting over to the left. He throws his next bag over to the left. Rodney goes up and drags that bag to the left in, making it a 7 on 5. John still has one bag left. John goes off to the right, making it 6 on 7. Rodney goes off of the board to the right, making it 6 on 7. Only gaining 1 point. Making the score now, Brandon Kimmery, Rodney Green 9, David Polk, Chef John Lucas 7. All right, Brandon Kimmery has control of the board. It's his first throw. He's up and off to the left, off of the back of the board. David Polk's up the middle and in. Brandon's up, and he's up with a level 1 block sitting in front of the hole. Polk goes up, hits Brandon bag, knocking it in, going off to the right. But that bag is still playable. It's in Brandon's lane. Now, Brandon sits up beside of it, holding tight to the front of the hole. Polk hits the board and knocks both of the bags in. But his last bag, his third bag, went off of the board. Cameron's in with his last bag. So I think it's a 9 on 9 wash. So here we go. We got Rodney Green throwing against John Lucas, Chef John Lucas. Rodney has first bag. They still have control of the boards. First bag is up and in. Lucas's bag is off to the left, setting in Rodney's lane. Rodney throws behind it. Lucas goes up and he goes off to the right just a little bit. He's sitting on the edge of the blue zone. Oh, and he goes off to the right again. pushing his other bag up just a little bit further away from the blue zone. Now Rodney's got an 8. Lucas has got a 4, giving up 4 points. Making the score 13-7, favor Kimry and Green. Polk and Lucas trailing by 6. Brandon Kimry has first bag. First bag is in the hole. David Polk follows. Kimry's off to the left with his second bag. It's setting in the blue zone. Polk goes in with the easy drop shot. Drops his second bag in. Kimry goes up. He's in with his third bag. Polk is in with his third bag. Bullying Kimry's bag just a little bit more out of play. Kimry goes up and goes in for a 10. Polk goes up and goes to the left and spins it to the back of the board up against Kimry's bag for a 10-10 wash. So now we have Lucas and Green throwing back up. Oh, Rodney's first bag is off the back of the board. Lucas is hanging to the left in Rodney's zone. Rodney drags it on in just a little bit closer. It's setting half in the hole. Oh, and Lucas goes up for an airmail and ends up rolling off to the left, but he does knock that bag in now. Green goes to the left. He's setting with a level 2 block, and John Lucas knocks his bag to the left, and that bag is still in play, but it's out of play and in play. Now Rodney throws a bag up the middle. Now John can go up if he can get between Rodney's two bags here. He goes up with a hard airmail, ends up going off the back of the board. And I think it was a 6-on-5. All right, here we go. No, it was a wash. Pokes in with his first, he goes up with his first bag and it's in. Kimry's in with his first bag. Pokes in with his second bag. Kimry's in with his second bag. Pokes in. He's on the edge of the blue zone, but that bag's going to fall. Kimry knocks it in and goes in himself. Poke goes in for a 12. Kimry's up and he goes off to the left to the back of the board, giving up 2 points. Now the score is 10-13, still in favor of Brandon and Green. Lucas's first bag is in. Rodney's first bag, and he does a whoopsie. Lucas is up. He sets in front of the hole. He's got a level 1 block. He's setting in the blue zone. Rodney bumps his bag, almost knocks Lucas's bag in, but goes off to the left. Lucas goes up and up the middle and drags that bag, making it a 9-on-1. Now he's got 9-on-2. Oh, and Lucas goes up for a 12. Green goes up for a 2. He misses. He goes off the back of the board, giving up 10 points. David Polk and John Lucas have come back to gain the score, to gain the lead. We have a lead change, and the score now is 20-13, favor David Polk and Chef John Lucas. So now we got David Polk up with first bag, and he's in. Brandon Kimry's off to the left and off of the board. David Polk goes off to the right, but his bag stays on the board. Brandon Kimmery's in with his next bag. David Polk's in with his third bag. Brandon Kimmery's in with his third bag. David Polk goes off to the left. If Brandon Kimmery can get in here, he'll stay alive. He misses his shot and he goes in, making it a 9-on-8, and they still alive. Rodney Green has first bag. His first bag is in the hole. John Lucas goes off to the left and sets on the back of the board. Rodney goes off of the board with his next bag. John Lucas goes to the right. He's sitting in his lane. Rodney goes up and pushes John's bag further to the right, trying to push it out of play. Lucas goes in with his next bag. Green's up and goes to the right with his next bag. Oh, Lucas goes off of the back of the board, and I think it was a 5-on-5 wash. Giving Kimmery and Green another opportunity here to score. Now Brandon has first bag. They have control of the board right now. David Polk. Oh, I'm sorry. David Polk and John have control of the boards. That's right. Brandon goes up for a he's got a level 3 block there, but it's in his lane. David steps out. It goes to the back. His bag goes to the left and goes to the back of the board. Brandon goes up with an airmail and hits it. David goes up and hits his third bag. It's in. Brandon goes up, knocking David and his bag off. Now David goes in with that next bag. Brandon Kimmery has to drag this bag in order to stay alive. Oh, he knocks one of them in, but he leaves one on the board, making it a 9-on-7. Giving up 2 points, and that's the game. So David Polk and John Lucas come back and take the win on this game here. All right. So we have Lee Hagwood and David Eford throwing against David Polk and Chef John Lucas. John is going to be throwing against Lee Hagwood, and David's going to be throwing against David Eford. They're trying to decide who's going to throw against who right there. Uh-oh. They switching ends. David Polk and Chef John Lucas are switching ends. This is a down and back, ladies and gentlemen. All right. All right. All right, we up for the next game. Once again, we got Lee Hagwood and David Eford on the side toward the camera. Toward the desk. We have David Polk and Chef John Lucas on the opposite side. Polk throwing against Hagwood. Eford throwing against Lucas. Now they switching the scoreboard. Eford's first bag is off to the right. Lucas's first bag is in. David's second bag is in. Lucas is off to the left. That bag's still playable. Eford's in with his third bag. Lucas is off to the right with his third bag. David Eford's in. And Lucas goes off to the right with his next bag. Oh, we got Jacob Gore and his partner over here on court 5. Jacob is throwing against Sammy Soto. All right, I'm sorry I missed this round here. Looks like Lee's got one bag in and one to the right. David threw the bag in beside of Lee's bag. Lee goes up and he goes to the left. It's still on the board, but it's out of play. David throws that third bag hard, goes off of the board. Now Lee has an opportunity for airmail, hits David Polk's bag and goes off of the board. Now David could... Oh, and David does. David drags that other bag in his bag, make it a 9-on-5. All right, here we go. John Lucas has got first bag. He's in. David is off to the left, and Lucas's lane. Lucas pushed David's bag just a little bit closer to the hole. David is stepping out. He goes up and goes in with a go-around bag and goes in. Lucas goes up with a cut shot and goes in. David goes off just a little bit to the right. It's out of play. He has to be careful that he don't knock that bag off. Lucas goes up. He knocks one of Efer's bags in. Efer can just go on the board and make it a wash, or he can try to go around Lucas's bag and he makes it a wash. And the score remains 5-7, favor John Lucas and David Polk. Transmission, Mike. You got it, Mickey. I'm sorry, buddy. All right, Polk has first bag. They got control. He throws a level 1 block in front of the hole. Lee Hagwood tries to set up behind it, but ends up going to the left of it. Polk pushes Lee Hagwood's bag just a little bit to the back of the board, but it's hanging in the blue zone. Lee goes up, drawing it closer to the hole and setting up beside of the hole. David Eford goes up and goes off to the left. He pushes Hagwood's bag just a little bit closer. Hagwood goes up, pushes one of Polk's bags in. Now Hagwood has 2 bags sitting in the blue zone. Polk goes up to block Hagwood. Now Hagwood goes up with an airmail, taking 2 bags in, giving him a 7/6, giving him 1 point, making the score now 7-6, favor Polk and Lucas. Eford has first bag. His first bag's up. He's got a level 2 block. It's a diamond block. John Lucas goes up for an airmail. Looked like he was going for a short airmail drag. Ends up going off the back of the board. David Eford is up. He puts a bag beside of that bag, his first bag. Lucas hits Eford's bag, spinning it around just a little bit. Now Eford could take all 3 of these bags. Oh, he throws it. He lands just a little bit short. But all these bags are still on the board. Eford goes up with an airmail push. It ends up going to the right just a little bit. Lee Hagwood's telling Lucas to shoot it. Lucas throws it up, and Eford's bag moved just a little bit, but it just barely did move, and it stopped, making it a 4-on-3, giving them just 1 point. Now the score is going to be 7-7. Hagwood has first bag. Hagwood goes up, and he's in. Eford goes off to the left just a little bit. He's in Hagwood's lane, but it's out of play. Eford goes up, and his next bag goes to the back of the board. Hagwood goes in. Eford goes in with his third bag. Hagwood goes up. He's off to the back of the board. But he has 2 bags sitting in the hole. But Eford goes in, making it an 8-8 wash. Here's Eford. He has first bag. It's in the hole. Here's Chef John. He's off to the right just a little bit. That bag's out of play. Eford throws up, bullies it up to the right just a little bit. John goes up and hits Eford's bag, almost taking it in and leaving his up on the board. Eford goes up, Sets up behind John, to the left of John's bag. John goes up trying to go around. Ends up going off to the back of the board. Oh, and Eford takes all three of them bags. Wow, what a shot. Oh, and Lucas goes off, giving Hagwood and Eford 10 points. Making the score 17-7. Favor Lee Hagwood and David Eford. Hagwood has first bag. It's in. Polk has first bag. His first bag's off to the right. Hagwood's off to the left. Polk is in. Hagwood's in. Polk is off to the right, but that bag's hanging in the blue zone. Hagwood's in with his last bag. Polk does an airmail shot and drags that bag. Beautiful shot that David Polk just made. So the score still remains 17-7. David Eford's first bag is up. It's set for a level 1 block. John tries to go up and push it in and go in with it, but he ends up going off to the right. David pushes that bag in and goes in. Lucas goes in. David goes off to the right. He's setting up against Eford's bag there. Lucas's bag on the right-hand side. Now, David has to make a decision here. What's he going to do? He goes up for an airmail, hits the board, and stays on the board. Now, Lucas has to decide what he wants to do here. Does he want to try the airmail or just lay it up, giving him 2 points? Lucas goes up, giving them 2 points, making it 19-7 now. Hagwood and Eford are still in the lead. They still have lead bag. Hagwood's in with his first bag. Eford's to the right. He's setting up in his lane. All right, David Polk does a replacement bag, pushing one bag and leaving a bag. Hagwood pushes his bag in but goes to the left. David Eford tries to drag that bag at next bag, but he drags it closer. Hagwood's in for a 10. Polk is in for a 12, giving them 2 points, making it a 9-19. Eford and Hagwood are still in the lead. Polk and Lucas, 10 points down. John Lucas has first bag, and it's in. David has first bag. His first bag goes to the right. It's out of play. Lucas is in with his second bag. Eford's off to the right again with his second bag. John Lucas is in with his third bag. David Eford's off to the left with his next bag. He's got 3 bags on the board, but they all away from the hole. Lucas goes in for a 12. Eford goes up and falls off. That's a 12 on 3, giving them 9 points. Now the score is 18-19. Here again, David Eford and John Lucas have come back, and they're within striking distance of this game. Here's David Polk. His first bag is in. Lee Hagwood sets up a level 1 block in front of David Polk. David goes up with a replacement bag. Lee Hagwood drags David Polk's bag in. David Polk's off to the left just a little bit with his next bag. Hagwood is in. Now Eford has to make this shot. If he don't, and Hagwood goes in, oh, and he makes too clean of an airmail. Here comes Hagwood. He delivers, and he is in for the win. In for the win. So Lee Hagwood and David Eford end up winning this game 21-18 over David Polk and Chef John Lucas. I think that takes David and John out of the tournament. Now they can go enjoy a sit and go, or, just whatever they want to do. They can relax, or, or whatever. So we got Ryan Burris and Casey Hutchins facing Lee Hagwood and David Eford. Any of you guys out there in Facebook land know Ryan Burris or Casey Hutchins? That's who's going to be in this next match, playing against Lee Hagwood and David Eford. They're doing their down and backs right now. Great win for Lee and David. Yes, it was, Lee. Larry, that was a good game. I thought David Polk and John Lucas were going to come back and win that game. Lucas had a good round against David Eford, and it brought them up to 18. It was 9-8. At 9-19, they were 10 points down, and Eford brought them within. Lucas brought them within one, but they still ended up losing the game. But that was a close game. That was a good game. It didn't look so bad at the end of the game, the score. All right, we got Ryan Burris, and he's throwing against Lee Hagwood. And we got Casey Hutchins throwing against David Eford. All right, so here we go. I think they're going to be starting here soon. All right, Ryan Burris has first bag. They starting. Ryan's first bag is in. Lee Hagwood goes off to the back, but his bag is sitting in the blue zone. It's still in play. It can be took in with an airmail shot. Ryan has already got 3 bags in. Lee's got 2 and 1 on sitting in the hole. That bag is vibrating every time. Lee goes up with an airmail, and misses. Goes to the back of the board, making it an 8 on 12. So now we have Casey Hudson's throwing against David Eford. Casey has first bag. They score first. He throws a block in David's lane on the right hand side. David goes up, pushes hard against it, and sets up on Hutchinson's side. Hutchinson flips a bag off to the back of the hole, but it's hanging in the blue zone. Eford goes up, and he tries a replacement bag on the slick side and ends up his bag hanging up. Now, Hutchins throws to the right, setting up beside, giving Eford a wall. Eford throws up behind Hutchinson's bag to the right there. Now, two of David's bags are on the slick side. Hutchinson has both of his on the stick side. Now, Hutchinson's going to do something crazy here, I think. He's going up with an airmail. He pushes one bag in. Now, Eford has to decide what he... So Lee is telling Eford to shoot it. Eford shoots it, goes off to the side and goes off the board, giving 3 more points up, making it 7-0 favor Burris and Hutchinson. Now here's Hagwood throwing against Burris. Burris has first bag. They're in board. They have board control. Burris is up. He sets up on the right-hand side in his own lane with a diamond block. Hagwood goes around it and goes in, turning Burris's bag just a little bit. Burris goes up on the slick side to push that bag and ends up going off the back of the board. Hagwood goes to the left and goes to the back of the board. He's sitting there on the back. It's still in play. Burris goes up again trying to push that bag in. Hagwood goes up and goes in with his next bag. Oh, and Burris just throws to the left and knocks one of Hagwood's bags off, but he only has 3 bags on the board at 7 on 3, giving them 4. Now Hagwood and Eford, they're coming back. They're working their way back. Eford has first bag. All right, David Eford went off to the right and off of the back of the board. Hutchison goes to the left. He's sitting in his lane. Eford goes up, pushing Hutchison's bag further to the right in front of the hole. Hutchison goes up, knocking Eford's bag off and going to the left and setting up. Eford goes up, knocking one of Hutchison's bags in. Hutchinson goes in with his next bag. Now Eford, this is his last bag. He's got 1 on the board only. He goes up and goes in with his last bag. Hutchison tries to go in and ends up going to stopping behind, right beside of Eford's bag. So it only give him 2 points. So it's now 9-11. Now here's Burris. He has first bag. They got board control back. His first bag is off to the left. It's in Lee Hagwood's lane. Lee goes up and he goes to the right, setting up beside Burris's bag. Burris goes up, taking Hagwood's bag with him. Hagwood goes up, sets up beside Eford's bag again. Sets up beside Burris's bag again. Burris goes up and does a roll shot. It goes around Hagwood's bag and goes in. Hagwood goes up with an airmail and hits it. Oh, and Burris goes up and does a roll shot and goes in. Now Hagwood has to take it. He's got to get a bag in. It goes off to the left, making it a 10-on-7, making the score now 14-4. Hagwood and Eford are down by 10 points now. Hutchison's first bag is in. Eford's in with his first bag. Hutchison's up. He's got a level 1 block sitting in his lane. Eford steps out. He goes up and delivers and drags Hutchison's bag in. Hutchison's in with his third bag, making it a 3-on-6. Eford's over to the left of that board. His bag falls off whenever Hutchison hits the board. Now Eford has to be in. He gives up 3 points, making it 17-4. They're down 13 points now. Now the score's 17-4, favor Hutchins and Burris. Burris is in with his first bag. Hagwood's up. He does a level 1 block, setting in. And Burris throws for an airmail drag. Ends up knocking Hagwood's bag in and going off the board with his bag. Now Burris goes up to set up behind Hagwood. Ends up going to the left. Hagwood goes up with an airmail and hits it. Burris goes up with another roll bag, ends up going to the left on top of his other bag. And Lee goes up with an airmail and hits it, making it a 10-on-5, gaining 5 points. Now the score is 9-17. Hagwood and Eford are trying to come back. They're trying to make a comeback here. Eford's up with a level 1 block, setting in his lane. Now Hutchins steps out. He goes up, does a side-by-side. Eford goes up, pushing that bag, his first bag in, going to the right, though. And Hutchison goes up and drags that bag and goes in with it. It's 6-on-4 right now. And Eford goes off to the left and goes off of the board. Hutchison sets up over in Eford's lane now. Eford goes up trying to get this bag to go around, and it ends up. He's got 5-7 right now. And Hutchison, it's 5-on-8, making it score now 20-9. Hagwood and Eford are still alive. Hutchins and Burris has to get 1 point. Hagwood and David need 12 points. Burris is off to the left with his first bag. Hagwood's in. Burris is in with his next bag. Hagwood's in with his next bag. Burris is off to the left, but that bag's in play. It can be took in. Hagwood goes up and goes to the right of it with a drip bag and goes to the back of the board and drips it in. Burris goes to the left. He's setting up against that other bag. Now, if Hagwood goes in, it's a 12-on-6. That's going to give him 15. And he knocks one of Burris's bags in, making it a 10-on-8. Only getting 2 points, and they still 9 points down. All right, here comes Eford. Eford has first bag. Eford's first bag is in. Hutchison's first bag is off to the left. It's sitting on the edge of the blue zone. Now, Eford can push that bag out just a little bit. But Hutchison almost drags that bag in, but sets it up. His partner's trying to get David to block. Now, David needs to go up and do a block here, and he goes in the hole instead. And Burris goes up, flips that bag to the back of the board. Eford goes up, he locks everything up. Now Burris, Hutchison's got to decide what he's going to do here. And he goes up and knocks 2 in, and he gets a wash out of it. So now we have Hagwood and Burris throwing back down. Hagwood has first bag. Hagwood's off to the right just a little bit. Burris is in with his first bag. Hagwood's in with his next bag. Burris is in with his second bag. Hagwood's in with his third bag. Burris is up and he's over to the right just a little bit. Bag is playable. He'll have to step out. So Hagwood is talking to his partner. He's going to see what he wants to do. So I think Hagwood's going to go to the step out. I think he's going to, nope, he ain't stepping out. He's going to try to go up the middle and roll this bag around. Oh, and he does. Causing Burris's bag to hang to the right just a little bit. Now, if Burris takes this bag in, it's the game, but he has to take it in. If he would just go in, let's see what he does here. Oh, he goes for the airmail and hits it too clean and goes straight in the hole, leaving his bag setting, making it a 10-10 wash. Now here's Eford and Hutchison's. They have Eford and Hagwood has another chance. Eford goes off to the left. Hutchison's up the middle and in. Eford stepping out just a little bit. He goes in. Hutchison goes in. Eford goes in. Hutchison is in with his third bag. It's 9-on-7. Eford sets up a level 1 block. Oh, and Hutchison just throws that bag on the board, getting 2 points, making it a 10-on-8. So that's the game. All right. Want to thank our sponsors again. Want to thank so now we got Quinn Reeves and Brandon Shue throwing against Ryan Burris and Casey Hutchison. But also, first of all, we want to thank our sponsors again, once again, Hartzell's Garage Doors, Bust You Up Cornhole, Kelly's Bars and Grills. We got Bag Junkies, Headlights Are Us, home of Krave Cornhole, Bridges Corp, Angie's Pressure Washing. Want to thank all of our sponsors once again for the opportunity to allow us to come down and play. Thank them for their sponsorship. Appreciate them. If you have any of these handy jobs that you need done, if you need garage doors, you need cornhole bags, you need car parts for trucks and car accessories, and we have another bag company, Bag Junkies. Again, if you need any headlights or tail lights for your new car that you might have broke one or somebody bumped one, call Mickey Cook at Headlights Are Us. So now these guys are doing their down and backs. Let's see if they're ready. I think they might be going to do one more down and back. Shane Sexton. Mickey Cook looking good, boys. Thank you. Thank you, Shane Sexton. Appreciate your comment. Thank you very much. We have a beautiful place to play this sport. Mickey Cook has worked hard to get us to where we're at today. Jennifer Cook, she's also stood beside Mickey the whole time, giving us this opportunity to come down. We can play where it's cool in the summer, warm in the winter. We have a year-round opportunity to get better in this field of cornhole. So I think the boys are ready. Oh, no, they already started. I didn't realize they had already started. So here's Quinn Reeves and Brandon Shue against Ryan Burris and Casey Hutchins. Burris is off to the left. He's off to the left again. Now Quinn has got 2 bags in. Burris finally gets one to go in up the middle. Reeves has got 3 in. Burris has got 2 in. Reeves goes in with his last bag, making it a 12-on-8, and he's tied the score up. So now we have Brandon Shue. He goes off to the left. That bag is sitting in the blue zone. It's to the left corner of the hole, though. Hutchison goes in with his first bag. Brandon's in with his second bag. Hutchison's in with his second bag. Oh, Brian Shue goes over to the left. Hutchison goes to the right and goes in, making it a 12-on-8, excuse me. So now we have Reeves and Burris throwing back up. Burris has first bag. Burris is up. He's got a level 1 block, but it's sitting in his lane. More in his lane, let me say that. Oh, beautiful shot by Quinn Reeves. He goes around Burris's bag and goes in. Burris throws a second bag up for a level 2. He has a level 1 block and a level 2. Oh, and Quinn Reeves almost cuts that bag around Burris's bag. Burris tries an airmail, short airmail, ends up going back to the left-hand corner of the board. Oh, Reeves goes up. He sets up on Burris's bag. It's kind of give Burris a little bit of a wall, though, but he's going to have to throw this bag hard to get it to pull anything. Oh, he goes up and he hits more on Reeves' side of the board. Ends up. Oh, and Reeves tries for a roll shot. It's a 6-on-4. Taking 2 points, so that means it's 6-8 right now. Shue goes to the left just a little bit. He's in Burris's lane. Hutchins goes up. Brandon puts a bag in. Brandon goes up, sets up behind Burris's bag. Now Brandon's already got a bag in. So Hutchison, it's up to Hutchison right here. Oh, and Hutchison does a hard push. He takes one bag in, but goes off of the back of the board. Oh, my God, and Brandon Shue just threw the airmail for an 8-on-4, giving them 3 points. And we have a lead change. We got a lead change now. The score now is Reeves and Shue 10, Burris and Hutchison 8. Hutchins. Reeves' his first bag. It's in the hole. Burris goes up. He sets up to the right. That bag's half in the hole. It's going to fall. Reeves goes up, sets up in front of the hole with a level 1 block. Burris goes off to the left. Hutchison knocks Burris's bag in to the right and sets up with a replacement bag. Burris goes up, taking Reeves' bag with him. Reeves goes up, sets up behind Burris's bag. Burris has to be in here in order to wash it out. If he lays it up, and he does, he lays it up, giving up 2 points, making the score now Reeves and Shue 12 to Burris and Hutchison 8. All right, we got Brandon Shue, first bag. It's up, and he's got a level 1 diamond block. Hutchison knocks that bag in and sets up in front of the hole doing a replacement bag. Then he goes up, drags that bag, and goes in with it to 6 on 4. Shue goes in for a 7. Hutchison goes in for a 9. Oh, and Shue goes up with an airmail. Oh, and Hutchison goes in for a 12, making it a 10 on 12, giving up 2 points. Now the score is going to be 10 to 12, but still in favor of Reeves and Shue. But Burris and Hutchins has control of the board right now. Here we go. Burris is in with his first bag. Reeves is off to the right. He's in Burris's lane. He goes in. Burris has got 2 in. Hutchins 1 in. Burris has 3. Reeves has 2. Burris has 4. 4 on 10, giving up 2 points. And we have a tie game, tied at 12-12. Burris and Hutchins has control of the board. Hutchins has first bag. His first bag is off to the right. It's in Shue's lane. Shue goes to the right, to the left of it, sets up beside of it, blocking it, causing Hutchinson to throw a bag off. Then Shue throws a bag to the right and goes off himself. He was trying to drag that bag that's sitting in front of the hole. Now Burris is asking his partner what to do. Hutchins asking Burris what to do here. Burris told him to drag it, and he ends up going to the left too far. Oh, and Shue goes up and drags that bag, making it a 6 on 2 right now. Hutchins goes in with his last bag. Oh, and Shue goes to the right, making it a 5 on 7. But we have a lead change. Score now is 14 Reeves and Shue against 12 Burris and Hutchins. Reeves has first bag. He throws it to the right. He's in Burris's lane. Burris goes up and tries to go around it. Ends up stopping short of the hole. Reed goes up and he drags that bag up just a little bit closer. Now he has an opportunity to get both of these bags. Burris goes up. He drags one of Reeves' bags in. Now Reeves, he goes up trying to go to the left of that bag of Burris's on the board. Burris goes up. He spins that bag just a little bit, but it's still sitting there, but it's playable. Oh, and Reeves goes up and drags that bag. Now, if Burris takes this other bag, he's going to tie the score back up. Oh, and he only takes one of them. He throwed on the slick side, trying to get that bag to spin enough to go into, but he goes to the left and ends up making it a 10-10 wash. Here we go. Brandon Shue has first bag. Brandon's up. He falls short. He bounces off to the right, off to the board. Hutchins is in with his first bag. Shue's off to the right just a little bit. That bag's still in play. Hutchins goes to the left and goes to the back of the board. Shue goes up, setting up beside, does a side-by-side on his own bag. Now Burris is stepping out, and he throws a little bit too hard, goes to the back of the board. Shoe goes up for a hard push and ends up going to the back of the board himself. Now, Hutchins could put this bag in for 2 points. I mean, no. Be a 8. Oh, he goes up for a 3-on-6, taking 3 points. So now it's 15-14, and we have a lead change. So now we got Burris throwing against Reeves again. Burris has first bag. Burris throws off to the left. He was trying to set up a level 1 block and ends up going to the left. Reeves goes in with his first bag. Burris goes in with his second bag. Reeves goes up, and he's pushing up against Burris's bag to the left, pushing it out of play. Burris goes up, sets beside of Reeves' bag. It's setting dead in the hole. Reeves goes up and drags everything and cleans it up in the middle. Burris is in for a 10. Reeves is in for a 12. And we have a lead change. All right, here we go. Brandon Shue's first bag is up, and it's to the right, but it's in his lane. That bag is playable. Hutchins goes back to the back of the board, but his bag is hanging in on the back side. He goes in with his next bag. Brandon goes up. He sets up in front of the hole. Burris goes up with a hard push and pushes Brandon's bag in and goes in himself. Brandon goes up and goes in, making it an 8-on-8. Burris hits the back of hits right to the left of the hole and sets up beside his other bag, making it an 8-8 wash. Now we have Reeves and Burris throwing back down. Reeves has first bag. It's in the hole. Burris he goes to the left, but that bag is sitting in the hole. He's got a level 1 block in the left side. Reeves goes around it and goes in. Burris almost drags that first bag in with him. Reeves does drag it in. Oh, and Burris is off the side of the board. Reeves is up, and he's in for a 12. Oh, and Burris is in for a 9. So now the score is going to be 19-15, favor Quinn Reeves and Brandon Shue. Here goes Brandon with his first bag. His first bag, he has a level 1 block. It's the diamond block, but it's sitting in the hole. Hutchison drags that bag and goes in with it. Brandon tries to set up on the right-hand side. It's in his lane, but Hutchison pushes it out just a little bit. Brandon goes up, sets up beside of it. Hutchison goes up. He's sitting behind Brandon's Shue's bag. All right, they're trying to decide what they want to do here. So they made up their mind what they're going to do. Here goes Brandon Shue. He goes up for an airmail. Oh, he misses it. He goes off of the back of the board, but now they have a good enough lead. Hutchison can lay this bag on the board and make it 18-19. Oh, and he goes in, making it a 10-on-7, taking 3 points, and it's 18-19 now. And we have a game, guys. We have a game. All right, Burris is up. He throws first bag. He goes off to the left. That bag is totally out of play. Hutchison goes in. Reeves goes in. Burris goes in with his next bag. Reeves is in with his second bag. It's 6 on 4. All right. Burris sets up with a level 1 block, trying to block Reeves. Reeves goes up and he sets up to the left, but he's got a wall. And Burris, he goes over cuts the bag too hard and goes over. Oh, look at this. And that's the game. It was an 8 on 6, giving Quinn Reeves and Brandon Shue the win. Larry, I'm thinking like there's at least 4 teams left in this thing. I think there's at least 4 more games left. So we have Quinn Reeves, Brandon Shue against Justin Brandon and Mason Anderson. All right. Want to thank Mickey Cook. Give him a big shout out. Hope you have a safe trip there and back, Mickey. Be careful. I know it's raining here and there. I don't know what the weather is like up there, but you be careful. Have a good and prosperous trip. See you when you get back. Looking forward to seeing my friend Mickey Cook. Super good guy. I'm yawning again. You'd think I didn't get no sleep last night. I didn't go to bed till 3 o'clock and woke up at 8. I thought that was plenty of sleep. Hadn't had no nap for the day, though. I see we got folks coming in, folks leaving out. Listen, you can come down in any time in the middle of the tournament after it starts and just sit around and watch for an hour or so, or just however long you want. And then you can head on home if you want to. If you want to get in a sit and go, you can come down play in a sit and go. These guys don't mind. They love to do them sit and goes. After we get some of the after some of the eliminating of the players, they'll do a sit and go when they get enough players that's eliminated to play. All right, Quinn Reeves, Brandon Shue, Justin Brandon, and Mason Anderson. Mason and Quinn Reeves is going to start it out. Mason with his first bag in. Quinn goes to the right. He's in Mason's lane. Mason goes to the left of that bag and goes in. He's got 6 on 4 now. Reeves drags that bag just a little bit. Anderson tried to go to the left of it, stake to the left of it, ends up going off of the board. He goes in with his last bag. Oh, and Reeves goes up. What a shot. He goes up and he drags a bag in, making it a 10 on 9, getting the first point. So now we have Brandon Shue throwing against Justin Brandon. Shue throws his first bag up. It's sitting in the middle of the board for a level 2 block. Justin Brandon goes off to the left. He goes off to the right. Now, we have Brandon Shue has Anderson. Brandon drags one of Shue's bags in, making it a 10-on-7. Was over. Yeah, 10-on-7, giving up 2 more points. I mean, giving up 2 points. It was 8-on-10. I'm sorry. Reeves is in with his first bag. Anderson is in with his first bag. Reeves is in with his next bag. Anderson is in with his second bag. Reeves in with his third bag. Anderson goes to the left just a little bit. He's setting up in Reeves' lane, but Reeves goes around that bag and goes in. Anderson goes up and hits that bag. He almost drags it. He just didn't catch enough of it. But it's a 10-on-8. I mean, a 12-on-10, giving up 2 more points. Now, Brandon Shue has 2 bags that was sitting in the hole. He's got 3 in now. Brandon's got 2 in, 1 on. Goes in with his third. Shue goes in for a 12. That makes the score 7-0 right now. All right, Reeves is in with his first bag. Anderson's up. He sets up to the right. He's in his lane, but it's setting halfway in the board, in the hole rather. Reeves goes up. He pushes Anderson's bag just a little bit further in. Anderson takes it in, cleaning it up. Reeves goes in with his third bag. Anderson's up. He sets up for a level 1 block. Reeves goes up and he sets behind Anderson's bag. Anderson goes up with an airmail. He hits the bag and knocks it in, but his bag flips over to the back of the board, making it a 10-10 wash. Score still remains 7-0. Shue and Reeves is in the lead. Shue throws short, just a little short. His bag's out of play. He sets up behind Justin's bag. Justin goes up for a push and ends up pushing up against the bags. They all cloud it up. Shue goes for an airmail and misses and goes off. Justin goes in with an airmail. Shue goes up. He pushes one of Brandon's bags in. Now, if he just lays this bag up, and that's what he does, it's a 5-on-8. I mean, a 3-on-8. So now the score is 5-7, but Shue and Reeves are still in the lead. Anderson has first bag. Anderson's up, and he sets up with a level 2 block down to, well, level 3. Reeves goes up and goes around that bag. He hits that bag, knocks it more over into Anderson's lane. Anderson goes up with a hard push, catches that bag and drags it in with his bag. Reeves goes in with his second bag. Anderson's up. He's up to the back of the board, and it's setting in the blue zone, but Reeves goes to the right. Anderson goes in. Reeves goes in, making it a 10-10 wash. So here we go. Brandon Shue throwing against Justin Brandon. Justin Brandon has first bag. His first bag's off to the right. Shue's first bag's right down the middle in and Brandon's lane. Brandon goes up, sits behind his own bag. Brandon goes, Justin goes up and drags a bag in. Shoe goes up and goes in. Brandon goes up and goes in. Oh, and Shoe goes to the right, goes to the back of the board, giving up 4 points. Now the score is going to be 9-7, and we have a lead change. Anderson has first bag. Anderson's off to the right. That bag's not out of play, but it's over to the right just a little bit. Reeves pushes it up just a little bit, bullying it up. Anderson goes to the left of that bag, but that bag is setting in the hole. Now Reeves goes up. He pushes Anderson's bag further back. Anderson goes up and goes in with Reeves' bag. Reeves goes in. He's knocking Anderson's bag in just a little bit. Anderson's bag falls for a 10. Reeves goes in for a 12. And we have a tie game. It's all tied up. 9-9. We got a 99 center. Shoes up. He's off to the left. He's out of play. He's on Justin's side of the board. Shoe goes up. That bag goes to the back, but it's hanging on the corner there. It's hanging on the corner of the hole. Ooh. And Justin goes up, and his bag goes back to the right. Justin goes up. It goes to the right again. He's got 2 bags on, 1 bag off. Shoe goes up for our mail and goes off. Oh, he goes up, and it's a 3-3 wash. Oh, that hurt my PPR. Okay, so we still have a Reeves and Shoes still in control. Reeves is up and in with his first bag. Anderson's in with his first bag. Reeves is up. He's got a level 1 block on Anderson's side of the board. Anderson goes up, pushes up against Reeves' bag. Now Reeves has got to do something here. Oh, and he tries a roll bag and ends up going too far to the right. But his one bag is setting more in the hole now than it was. He did happen to pull it in. Anderson goes up. He hits the bags hard. He takes Reeves and his bag in, leaving his bag setting at the hole. Reeves goes around his bag. Anderson goes up, and he side rails the bag off of the board, making it a 10-7, giving up 3 points. And now we have a lead change. It's 12-9. Favor Reeves and Shoe. Shoe goes off to the left with his first bag. Justin goes off to the right with his first bag. Shoes up with a level 1 block, and Justin drags it just a little bit closer. Shoe goes off to the right again. Justin drags that bag off. Shoe goes off to the right again. He was trying to catch that bag that he's got sitting in the hole. Now, if he can drag this bag, or he can go around this bag, it's going to be a 10-3. That's going to get, oh, and he goes off the back of the board, so it's going to be a 3-7. Making the score now. Oh, they just got 1 point. Oh, well, making it a 10-12. And Reeves and Shoe is still in the lead. So Anderson has first bag here. Anderson's first bag is off to the left, almost off of the board. Reeves throws his first bag in the hole. Anderson's in with his next one. His bag falls off to the left there. Reeves is in. Anderson is in. Reeves is in with his third bag. Anderson is in with his fourth bag. Reeves is in with his fourth bag, making it a 9 on 12, giving them 3 points. Now Shue and Reeves has 15 to 10 over Brandon and Anderson. Shue has first bag. He throws first bag dead in the middle of the board with a level 2 block. Justin hits the front of the board just a little bit, flipping that bag over. He goes off with his next bag. Brandon goes up, and he's got 3 bags squatted right there in the middle of the board. Anderson. Oh, and we have a whoopsie by Brandon Shue. Oh. And Justin Brandon just committed to an airmail and made it. So now the score is going to be 12 to 15. Anderson has first bag. Anderson's first bag is in. Reeves' first bag is to the right. It's hanging in the hole. Anderson tries to go around it and goes to the left. His bag is hanging on in the blue zone. Reeves pushes it up and pushes it back, bullies it back. Anderson goes around Reeves' bag and drops a bag in front of the hole. Oh, and Reeves goes up with an airmail dragging a bag. Anderson's in for a 10. Reeves in for a 10. So we have a 10-10 wash. All right. Justin Brandon has first bag and it's in. Shue goes up. He tries to set up in the middle of the board with a level 2 block. Justin Brandon pushes it up just a little bit further. Shue tries to go around that bag. Brandon shows him how to do it. Then Shue goes up with his next bag and goes in. Brandon goes off to the right behind Shue's bag. Shue goes off the board, giving up 3 points. And we have another tie. We have another tie. All right, here we go. Anderson has first bag. Anderson's first bag's up. He's got a level 1 block. He's sitting on the blue zone. Reeves goes up and sets up right behind Anderson's bag. Anderson goes up, lays up behind Reeves' bag, but it's kind of crunched up on the right-hand side. Reeves stepping out. He goes up with a roll bag and ends up pulling Anderson's bag just a little bit closer to the hole. Anderson goes up with a roll bag and goes in. Reed goes up for a roll shot and goes on top of all of the bags. Anderson goes up for another roll shot but ends up stopping behind on top of Reeves' bag. Reeves goes up for a roll shot. It goes to the back of the board, but it lands in the hole, but it don't go in. It just lands on top and sits there, giving up 2 points. Now the score is 17 to 15. Favor Justin Brandon and Mason Anderson. Brandon throws his first bag to the front, then Shue throws his next bag for a Shue. Both of them go in and around. Justin goes up and around. Shue goes off to the right and off of the board. Now Anderson is looking if he can go airmail and drag this bag. It's going to be a 12 on 7. A 12 on 4. Shue will have to drag that bag that he's got sitting there in front of the hole to stay in this game. Do what? All right, here he goes. Oh, and he goes to the right. Now Shu has an opportunity here to just give up 1 point. Oh, and he gives up 3, making it 20-15. But Reeves and Shu are still in it. They're not out yet. Justin Brandon and Mason Anderson hadn't scored 21. All right. Here we go. They both have 1 in apiece. Anderson goes in. Reeves is in. Anderson's in. Reeves is up and off to the right of the board with that bag. Anderson is off to the left. Oh, and Reeves goes in. Making it a 10-10 wash. Now Justin Brandon and Brandon Shu. Oh, Justin Brandon throws his first bag for a whoopsie. Here's what an opportunity for Brandon Shu. He goes up. He sets that bag up on the right-hand side. Anderson is, oh, and Shu goes off of the board himself. Justin Brandon's off. Justin's got 1 in now. It's 3-1 right now. Shu has 2 bags. Justin's got 1. Shu goes up, and it goes in. Oh. And we have another whoopsie by Justin Brandon. Oh, and Shu goes up for 2. Making it 17-20. Now Reeves and Anderson is on their. This game is put in their hands. So now the score is 17-20. Here we go. Here's Reeves. His first bag is in. Anderson's first bag. He sets up for a level 3 block. Oh, Reed goes up for an airmail and misses. Anderson stepping out to the right. He goes up and he goes in. Now Reeves has already got 1. Oh, he goes up and he hits that next one. Anderson goes up. He sets up. Oh, and Reeves takes it for a 9-on-7 right now. Oh, and Anderson goes in for a 10-on-9, getting 1 point. And that's the 1 point that they needed. Pulling this game out by the skin of their teeth. All righty. No, I don't think so. Where is Kobe? All right, let's go see what we can do here. I think we just refresh. Reload. Go to score zone. All right. Here we go. All right. We have Justin Brandon, Mason Anderson against Sammy Soto and Thomas Vang. So here we go. They're starting out first up here on this upper end. Justin is in with his first bag. Vang is off to the right with his first bag. He's up. He sits up behind that bag. Justin Brandon sits up beside getting a block on Vang's bag. Oh, and he goes off the back of the board with his last bag. Oh, and Vang goes up for an airmail and hits it, making it a 5-on-7. Now we have Sammy Soto throwing against Mason Anderson. Mason Anderson's up. He sets up to the left in Soto's lane. Soto goes around it and goes in. Anderson goes up. He goes a little bit too far to the left. Soto goes in with his next bag. Anderson's in with this bag, next bag. Soto's up. He does a level 1 block, setting up behind Anderson's bag, making Anderson shoot for it. Anderson misses, but he stays on the board. He blocks Soto's bag so he can't get to it. Soto goes up for an airmail. It's a 6-on-8, tying the score up 2-2. Now Thomas Vang, he has first bag. His first bag is set up in front of the hole. Justin Brandon goes up. He drags that bag in and pulls his bag to the front of the board with a replacement. Vang goes in with his next bag. Justin Brandon's off to the right and off of the board with his second bag. Vang is off to the right. Now Justin Brandon slides up against Vang's bag. Vang goes up, sliding up against Justin Brandon's bag. Now Brandon's asking Anderson what's he want him to do here? What needs to be done? So he's going to make his own decision here. Goes up with an airmail drag and drags it and gets 9. Ends up scoring, getting a point. What a shot. What a shot that young man just made right there. Anderson's up with his first bag, and it's setting in the hole. It's setting right in the hole for a level 1 block. Soto throws to the left. He sets that bag up of his on the left-hand side. Soto goes up, sits up behind side of Anderson's bag. Now Anderson has to decide. Anderson goes up with a roll bag, taking both of those bags. Soto goes up trying to pull that bag to the right end and ends up going in, but pushing that other bag off to the right. Then he goes up and slides up against that bag, giving up 4 points. So now the score is 7-2, favor Justin Brandon and Mason Anderson. Justin Brandon has first bag. It goes in. Vang goes up. He's got a level 1 block. Brandon sets up behind it. Vang goes around that, but he stops. He goes to the corner of the board. It's still on the board, but it's out of play. Then he goes to the left again. Oh my. Justin Brandon goes up. He hits him hard, but he's still got a level 1 block sitting dead in front of the hole. The Vang goes up for an airmail and misses. Goes off of the board and gives up a point. Making it 8-2 now. Favor Justin Brandon and Mason Anderson against Sammy Soto and Thomas Vang. Now Mason goes to the right, but that bag's setting in the hole. That bag is playable. Oh, he goes up trying to drag it in and goes too far to the right. Soto sets up in front of the hole with a level 1 block. Oh, and Anderson rolls over Soto's bag. Going in, Soto goes in with 2 bags. Anderson goes in with his 4th bag. Soto goes in with his 4th, making it an 8 on 12, giving Soto and Vang 4 points, making it 6-8. They drawing closer. Here's Vang's first bag. It's in. Justin Brandon's first bag is in. Vang's second bag's in. Justin Brandon's second bag's in. So Vang's off to the right, and so is Brandon. They both off to the right, but Vang's bag is more out of play. Oh, and it's an 8 on 7. They only get 1 point. So here we go. Mason Anderson has first bag. It's 9-6 favor Anderson and Brandon. Anderson's first bag is in. Soto sets up a diamond block in Anderson's lane. Anderson goes up for a roll bag and sets up beside a Soto's bag. Soto goes up, setting up behind his own bag. Anderson goes up for a roll shot and hits it. So Soto goes up with a hard push. He bar soaps his 1 bag to the right and taking another bag in. So right now Anderson goes in with his last bag. Soto goes in with his last bag, making it a 10-10 wash. All right, Justin Brandon has first bag and it's in the hole. Vang goes up. He sets a level 1 block up in front of the hole. Brandon goes around Vang's bag and goes in. Vang goes up for a push and ends up going to the back of the board. But Justin Brandon pushes Vang's bag in and goes off to the right. He's setting up beside him at the end of the board. He sets up a block up against. Now, Vang has to be in to wash it out. He goes up for airmail, giving up 2 points, making it 11-6. Mason Anderson has first bag. Anderson's up with a level 1 block. He goes up for a roll shot. He ends up on the slick side, so that bag is playable. Oh, he goes up against Sammy Soto's bag. Now Sammy has to do, he goes up with a hard trying a roll bag. Ends up just setting everything up right in the middle. Now Anderson can bar soak those bags if he wants to, and he possibly could knock one of Soto's bags off of the board and take a couple of his bags in himself. We're waiting to see what he's going to do here. Oh, he goes up, setting up behind Soto's bag. Now Soto, his partner's telling him to hit on the bag, but I don't know if that's a good idea or not. That bag might bounce off of the board. Oh, and he knocks one bag in and goes off with the other, making it a 7-on-6. So they did get 1 point out of it. All right, we have Vang. His first bag is off to the left. Justin Brandon pushes Vang's bag over to the left just a little bit. Now Vang sets up beside of his own bag. Now he's got a bag to the right. It'll go in. Oh, he throws that next bag off to the right. Brandon goes in with his next bag. Oh, Vang tries to pull that bag to the right end. It's a 10 on 8. They gain 2 points. So now the score is 13-7. Favor of Justin Brandon and Mason Anderson. Anderson has first bag. Anderson's off to the right, off to the left. He's in Soto's lane. Soto goes up and does a side-by-side. Anderson goes up and does a rollback cut shot and goes in. Soto goes up. He pushes hard against his bag and Anderson's bag on the left-hand side. Anderson goes up. He does a hard. He throws the bag and puts it beside of Soto's bag. Soto goes up for a hard push, does a bar of soap, and bar of soap's his bag and Anderson's bag. Now Anderson stepping out. Oh, he throws that bag off the side of the board. Now here's Soto's opportunity right here. He goes up. He goes in with one bag, leaving one bag up. He only gets 3, and he should have got 5, but he ended up with only 3. So making the score now 10-13. But Justin Brandon and Mason Anderson still have the lead. Here's Thomas Vang. He goes to the left. He's set up in Justin Brandon's lane. Justin Brandon goes up in the middle of the board, and he sets up with a level 2 block. He goes up. He pushes up against all the bags. He's crunching them up. Here goes Vang. He goes for a roll shot. Ends up going off the back of the board. Justin Brandon takes a timeout. He wants to check out, see where he's standing, where his bags is at. All right. He's got 2 bags left. Vang has 1. Let's see what he does here. He's got an open hole. He goes up for an airmail and goes off the back of the board. Now this is Thomas Vang's last bag. He goes up with a roll shot and hits it. Justin Brandon goes up, just lays it on the board. Giving up 2 points, making it 12-13 now. Sammy Soto's in with his first bag. Mason Anderson's in with his first bag. Soto's up. He's got a level 1 block in Anderson's lane. Anderson goes up, pushing up against Soto's bag, setting the bag up in the middle of the board. Soto goes up for an airmail and hits it. Oh, and Anderson goes for a push drag and ends up going off of the board, leaving the board open for Soto to get. That's a 10 on 7. Ooh, and then we have a lead change. All right, we got Thomas Vang. He has first bag. His first bag's up the middle, sitting in front of the hole. Justin Brandon goes in with that bag and drags Thomas's bag in. Thomas goes up for another level 1 block. Justin goes off to the right. Then Vang goes off to the left and off of the board. Now, Brandon goes up to the right. He's got a 5 on 4 right now. This is Vang's last bag. Oh, and Vang goes up too far. Goes off of the back of the board. Why don't you step out? Oh, he goes, he just sets it up on the board. And we have a 15-15 game right now. Both teams are needing 6 points either way. Anderson goes up. He sets a level one block up. Soto goes up, pushes Anderson back in. Anderson goes up for a go around and ends up setting up in Soto's lane. Soto goes up and drags his own bag in, leaving Anderson's right where it was at. Beautiful shot. Anderson drags his bag. It's a little bit closer to the hole. Soto goes in with his next bag. Anderson goes in with his last bag. Soto's in with his last bag, and it's a 12-on-10. So now we have a lead change. Soto and Vang 17. Brandon and Anderson 15. And Thomas Vang throws his first bag as a whoopsie. And Justin Brandon's in with his first bag. It was Thomas Vang's second bag. He's up and he's in. And Justin Brandon has went to the right just a little bit. That bag's out of play. Vang's in with his second bag. Justin's in with his second bag. He throws it just a little bit too hard. Justin Brandon goes to the back of the board, but he gets 2 points, and it ties the game back up to 17 each. Now we have Mason Anderson and Sammy Soto throwing back down. Mason has control. He has first bag. Mason's up and he's in the hole. Soto's up. He throws a level one block in Anderson's lane. Anderson goes up, goes around Soto's bag, sets up in the hole. Soto goes off of the back of the board. Now here's Anderson's chance. Anderson goes in with that bag. Soto goes in with his next bag. Anderson goes in, dragging Soto's bag. Soto goes up and he goes in, but he gives up 3 points, making it 20-17 now. And we have Justin Brandon throwing back down against Thomas Vang. Justin Brandon goes to the right just a little bit in Vang's lane. Vang goes around that bag and goes in. Brandon goes in with his next bag. Vang goes up. He sets up beside Justin's bag. Justin goes to the right, and he's setting up behind the bags. Now, Vang can drag this other bag. He throws too hard and goes off to the right. Right now it's going to be a 6-on-4. Yeah. All right. Justin Brandon throws his bag up. He's setting it up. Vang here has to make an airmail to gain 1 point, or they're out. If he misses this shot, they're out. And he misses the shot and goes off of the board. And Justin Brandon and Mason Anderson take down Sammy Soto and Thomas Vang 22-17. This was a good game. All right. We got to go back over here and set this all back up. All right. So now we have Jackson Gore And Kevin Burris against Justin Brandon and Mason Anderson. Got Kevin Burris down here on this end. We got Jackson Gore up on that end. So we have ACL Pro Jackson Gore and Kevin Burris throwing against Justin Brandon and Mason Anderson. Yes, Larry. That was a pretty tough game for them two boys. Now they're really in for some tough competition right now. Right now, Anderson has got 3 in. He's got 4 in. Oh, and it's a 12 on 8 against Kevin Burris, and Justin Brandon and Mason Anderson got 4 points. So now here we go. Justin Brandon's in with his first bag. Jackson Gore in with his first. Mason sets up a level 1 block, kindly in just a little bit off the middle of the board. Jackson throws up, sets up on top of Justin Brandon's bag. Jackson goes up. He's trying to push the bag in and set up in the middle of the hole. Ends up. Justin Brandon drags the bag in. Jackson Gore's a 10 on 6, giving up 4, making it 8-0 right now. Mason Anderson has first bag. Mason's up. He's sitting on the left-hand side, but it's in the hole. Burris goes up, sits on top of it. Both of those bags are going. Oh, and Kevin Burris tries to roll around Anderson's bag and ends up going to the back of the board. Anderson ends up setting up a shark spin right in front of the hole. Now he has a bag sitting there and a bag sitting with like a shark swimming through the water. He goes up and goes around that bag and goes in for an 8. Ooh, it's an 8 on 6, giving up 2 points, making the score now 10-0, favor Justin Brandon and Mason Anderson against Jackson Gore and Kevin Burris. Brandon is in with his first bag. Jackson's in with his. Justin's in with his next bag. Gore's up with a level 1 block. He's sitting in the hole. Brandon goes to the left. Jackson goes to the right, dragging his bag in. Ooh. And Justin Brandon's in for 12. Jackson goes up for airmail, misses. It's giving up 4 points. Score right now is 14-0, favor Justin Brandon and Mason Anderson. They're doing some artwork here, guys. But it's not over. It's not over. They still have 7 points to get. Anderson's in with his first bag. Burris is in with his first bag. Mason Anderson's in. Burris is up for a level 1 block, sitting right in front of the hole. Anderson goes up and rolls up on top of Burris's bag. Burris tries a roll bag drag and ends up going off of the back of the board. Now Anderson, he goes up and he skits off the side of the board too. But now Burris has got to be in to get a point. And he knocks Anderson's bag in too. But I think he got 1 point. No, he give up 2 points. All right. Here's Justin Brandon. He's in. He's up. Jackson is off to the right with and Justin Brandon just drug both of those bags in. Jack goes in with his next bag. Now Jack's bag's setting to the right, but now it's playable. Jack goes over with a roll shot. And we got a whoopsie. And Jackson goes up with an airmail and hits it, making it 10-on-7. They finally on the board, 3-16. Still favor of Justin Brandon to Mason Anderson, but Jackson Gore and Kevin Burris have taken over the boards. Burris is in with his first bag. Anderson's up. He's over to the left. Now that bag's not out of play. Kevin Burris is in with his next bag. Anderson tries to hit that bag and pull it a little closer and misses. Burris has went around that bag twice. And Mason just about drags it in. Now Burris goes up. He sets the bag up in front of the hole. Here's Anderson, last bag. And Anderson knocks Burris in and goes to the left, hanging that bag up, giving up 4 points. Now it's 7-16. Jackson Gore and Burris are on the way back. Gore throws his first bag up the middle. He goes for an airmail and misses. Now Justin Brandon has got a bag sitting behind Jackson Gore's bag. Let's see what he does here. He goes up for an airmail and misses. The bag's off the back of the board. Here's Jackson. He goes up. He goes up and hits his next airmail. And Justin Brandon misses his second attempt. And Jackson Gore hits his, making it a 7-on-1 right now. And he knocks Jackson in, making it 7. Giving up 7 points, making the score now 14-16. Now Jackson Gore and Kevin Burris is in this game. All right, Burris is up. He sets up with a level 1 block against Mason Anderson. Mason Anderson goes behind him and sets up behind. He does a roll shot. Burris gets a roll bag, goes in. Mason tries a hard push and goes up to the right, but that bag is playable. He sets up behind Anderson's bag. Anderson hits it hard. He was going to go for a roll bag. And guess what, folks? We have a lead change. Jackson's first bag is in. Brandon goes off to the right. He's short. He's got a level 3 bag. Jackson's in with his third bag. Brandon is in. Jackson has 4 in. Oh, it's 4. That gives Jackson Gore and Kevin Burris the win. What a comeback. Good comeback. Jackson Gore, that was a good comeback. Come on now. Ah. Where's Kylie at? Where in the world? Where in the world is Kylie at? God darn it. Oh. Oh my, what a game we're going to have here. All right. We're going to have Jackson Gore, Kevin Burris against Jacob Gore and Dallas Austin. All right, I think we're fixing to take off here. Both Burris and Austin have thrown the bag off to the right. Both of them have a bag in and a bag off to the left. Austin's in with his next. Burris is in with his next bag. It's 7-on-7. Austin's in with his. And Burris is off to the back of the board, flipping the bag up. Making the score now. Jacob's in with his first bag. Jackson's off to the left, to the back of the board. Scores 4-0. Jackson's in. Jacob's in with third bag. Jackson's over to the left. Jacob goes up, does a roll bag, and goes in. Jackson goes up and drags another bag. He only gives up 2 points, and it could have been a whole lot worse. But he spared himself some points by taking that bag in with him. Now the score is 6-0, favor Jacob Gore and Dallas Austin. Dallas has first bag. He's up, he's in. Burris is up. He sets up a level 2 block. He's setting it up in Dallas's lane. Dallas goes up, sets up beside of Burris's bag. Now Burris goes up. He's got a wall built up right there for Austin to throw that bag up into. Let's see. Jacob told him to push it. He goes up. He sets it up. Both of his bags on the slick side. Now Burris goes up for a roll bag and ends up going to the left. Now Jacob's telling Austin to do an airmail. Austin goes up. He hits the bag. It goes to the back of the board, but it stays on. Oh, it's 4-on-6. He only give up 2 points, making it 8-0. Favor Jacob Gore and Dallas Austin. Now Jacob's up first. Jacob has first bag. Jacob's up with a level 1 block. Jackson throws behind it. Jacob's up for a roll bag and hits it. Jackson rolls it. Jacob rolls another one. We're going to have a roll contest here. Jackson goes up. He drags that bag and goes in with it. Jacob drags that bag, goes in, drags Jackson's bag a little bit closer. Jackson goes up, trying to drag that bag on in and stays on the board, giving up 2 more points. Now the score is 10-0. I seen them boys down 16-0 a while ago and come all the way back and won the game. So now we got Dallas throwing against Kevin. Dallas is in with his first bag. Kevin's in with his first bag. Dallas is over in Kevin's lane with a level 2 block. Oh, and Kevin tries to roll that bag in, but ends up stopping right on top of it. Oh, and Dallas goes to the left. Now Jackson's telling Burris what to do. He goes up for the airmail and ends up going off of the back of the board. Oh. All right, Jacob's in. Jackson's up with a level 2 block. Jackson goes up for a roll. Jacob goes up for a roll bag, cut around, and ends up going to the back of the board, but he's in the hole. It's on the slick side. Oh, and he airmails it. He pushes it, pulls it just a little bit in. It finally falls. He goes up. He's got a level 1 block sitting in the hole. Jack goes up to the right and ends up sitting on the board, giving up 2 more points, making the score 15-0. Favor Jacob Gore and Dallas Austin. Dallas Austin's in with his first bag. Kevin Burris is off to the right. He's setting up in Dallas's lane. Dallas goes around that bag and goes in. Kevin Burris goes to the right again. He sits on top of his own bag. He's in with that bag. It's 5-on-7 right now. He goes up. He sets up in front of the hole. Oh, he goes up for a roll bag and ends up, it didn't roll far enough, giving up 2 more points, making it 17-0. Jacob's in with his first bag. Jack's off to the right. Jacob's in with his next bag. Oh, and Jackson's off the back of the board. Jacob's in. Jackson's off. Jacob's in for a 12. Oh! Jack just made a mess. Oh, is that it? That's it. Oh my. All right. Want to say good night for everybody. Thank you all for dropping in tonight. Amy Radengore at home. Bless her heart. We appreciate Amy and Scotty. Scotty is our director here at Krave Cornhole. He helps us direct these. He directs these tournaments, and he is very, very good. He's very patient with all the players and the jibber jabber and the hassle that we give him sometimes. But we appreciate him and Amy Gore for bringing the boys down to play with us, and we thank Kylie. She comes and helps also. But we appreciate them. We thank them very much for all that they do. We thank Mickey Cook and Jennifer Cook, Larry Terbew and Emma Terbew. We thank all of those. We thank our sponsors, Hartzell's Garage Doors. We thank Bust You Up Cornhole, Kelly's Bars and Grills, Bag Junkies, Headlights Are Us, Bridges Corp, and Angie's Pressure Washing. We're located at 120 Church Street, Northeast, here in Concord, North Carolina. Come down and be with us. It's not hard to find. It's an easy place to find. And you will be more than welcome to come and enjoy in the tournament, watch the tournament. Whatever you want to do, just come on down and have some fun. Want to thank you for tuning in tonight, for thanking Mickey Cook for having this broadcast and for allowing me to be a part of it. And y'all have a good night, and we'll see you back.